Ladies and gentlemen, will you please give a warm round of applause, Mr. Mike Lee.
Keep it going for your host, everybody. How you guys doing? Having a good time so far? Woo-hoo! Hell yeah. It's really nice to be here at Heritage Hills tonight. This place is awesome, man. This is a nice community. Y'all got some money. Don't lie. I pulled up to this place and I was like, damn. I pulled up and I was like, man, these people definitely have some money. And then the guard asked me for my photo ID and I go, so much for robbing the place. Damn. Not gonna work out for me. Hard to find a spot. You guys got here early. Like, I got here early. I got here 30 minutes early thinking I'm gonna get a good parking spot. And I pull up and the whole place is full. Have you guys ever drove around a parking lot looking for an open space and you see that space, you're like, oh my God, there's one at the front. I got so lucky. And then you get up there and it's reserved. This one was reserved for the founders. Here's my question. Looking at the founders, this is a retirement village. Are those people even still alive? Oh, they're actually in the crowd. Can I get a drink for my friend out here, please? I'm really glad to be here, guys. Thank you guys so much for having us out and putting this on. It's a lot of fun. We got a lot of ladies in the crowd tonight. How are the ladies doing tonight? Make some noise. Now this next one is just for the ladies, all right? Just for the ladies. I don't know if you guys heard about this. There's a new study out that says that women are actually better off not wearing a bra. Yeah. Now, it's the first study I've ever conducted. But the results are conclusive, I ain't doing it. I shouldn't be making jokes like that. A couple of months ago, I took the big leap and I got married. Right there, yeah. Don't clap too much, she tricked me. I thought I was going to a fancy party. All of a sudden, I'm standing at an altar in front of all my friends and family. I'm like, what the hell is going on? It was like one of those Warner Brothers cartoons, like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. That the preacher was like, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? And I was like, I don't. She was like, you do. I was like, I don't. She said, you do. I said, I don't. She said, you don't. I said, I do. Damn it! Got me again. I've been married now for 3 months. We've been living together for over a year. And when you start living with somebody, you really get to know them, right? You really get to know all their intricacies and like the good things and the bad things. And sometimes those things are kind of one and the same, the good and the bad. Like for instance, I have learned that my wife is a really good driver, but she's an even better backseat driver. I'll be like driving the car and she's like, are you gonna turn left? Are you gonna use your blinker? Are you gonna get over? I'm like, are you gonna shut the hell up? No, she's great. She really is. She's, I love her. I do, I love her. She's funnier than me sometimes, and I can't stand that. I cannot stand it. You can ask any entertainer, they cannot stand it when their significant other is funnier than them, they beat you to the punchline. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. The other night we were watching one of those extreme shows, like, have you guys seen these? Like extreme couponing, extreme cat hoarding. You know what I'm talking about? This one was extreme weddings. And there was this couple that went up into an airplane and they did their ceremony in the airplane, and when they were done, they did a skydive. And I was like, babe, that's what we should have done. Would have been awesome. We go up in the plane, I've got my tux, you've got your wedding dress, we say our dues, we do out the skydive, it'll be great. She's like, yeah, it'll be awesome if you want to marry a woman who just crapped in her wedding dress. I was like, touche, I did not want to do that. But we've been together a long time, we're married now, so, we like to have some fun every once in a while, if you know what I'm saying. My wife's got a little bit of a kinky streak, I guess I could say. I mean, we're all adults here. Talk about it a little bit. The other night she was like, baby, I want to do something nice for you. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? She was like, I'm going to cook for you. And I'm like, oh yeah? She was like, I'm going to wear an apron. I'm like, oh yeah? She goes, only an apron. I was like, oh yeah. Then what are we going to do? She was like, then we're going to get kinky. I'm like, oh yeah? She was like, I got us some body paint. I was like, oh yeah? She was like, I want you to paint it up like the Titanic. I was like, what the hell does that mean? Paint it up like the Titanic. What are we going to do then? Watch out for that iceberg. Here it comes. And then she put a captain's hat on me and turns out she wanted me to go down with the ship. That was the big. Turned out to be a really bad idea though, because a couple of weeks later we got into a big argument and I'm mad, I cannot control my temper, and I said the first thing that came to my mind, and it was, no wonder you wanted to paint it up like the Titanic, because over 1,000 people went down on it. Yes. That was a bad move, my friend. She immediately started making fun of the size of my iceberg. You can't see a damn thing with that. Funny story though, every time we get down now, I swear to God, I hear a string quartet playing in the background. Strange stuff. You guys know your history, that's good. Oh man. We don't have any kids. We are not. Actually, we want to have, well, let me ask this. Are there any parents out there? Obviously, you got a lot of parents make some noise, yeah? Yeah, a lot of parents out there, I'm sure. What is the deal with saying you wouldn't understand because you don't have any children? What's up with that, right? We want to have one kid. I want to have one. You're telling me that I don't understand why your little snot-nosed brat keeps running up and punching me in the groin like it's the funniest thing in the world and running off laughing his little head off. And I don't understand because I don't have kids. I want to have one child, but I don't want to be responsible for him in any way. That way, the next time something like that happens, they go, you wouldn't understand because you don't have children. I go, oh, I do have a child. He's with his adopted parents in Wisconsin. But I do understand, and it's still not funny. Oh, man. I've been trying to get back into shape lately. You know, I'm not as bad as Marcus, but I've been trying to get back into shape, going, I've been doing the dieting thing. I don't like to do a whole lot of self-deprecating humor because, I try to maintain a positive image, but there was this one night, I want to tell you this joke, I just came up with it the other day. There was this night, I was doing a show, and there was this guy in the back of, well, hold on a second. I messed that up already. So I was doing this, just work with me here. So I'm doing this show, and there was this person in the back of the room, and they were like, hey, you look like Vin Diesel forgot to work out. I was like, hey, if you don't shut up back there, I'm not going to bring you back out to any of my shows, Mom. And you can see why that wouldn't work if I started that joke out with there's a guy in the back of the room. Yeah. Unless your mom was Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, then it'll be okay. No, but I've been trying to lose some weight. Have you guys gone online and done, have you ever done a Google search for new dieting tips, dieting tricks? You ever done, oh my God, there's so many things out there, right? It's just crazy. Have you heard about the electronic weight belt? No? Okay, I'll tell you about it. There's this new thing, it's an electronic weight belt. You put this thing on and it's got a computer chip in it, right? And what it does is, if you start to eat too much, it senses your belly bulging out. This lady must know what I'm talking about. She's just laughing already. She is going crazy. No, this thing, it's got an electronic chip. If it feels your belly bulging out, the belt will immediately start shaming you into stopping eating. It's got an electronic voice that comes on and is like, hey, yo, fatso, put down the fork, man. You eat too much pasta over there. You need a salad, huh? I have no idea why it has a bad New York accent. In my brain, that's how it sounds. It's electronic though, so it's probably made in China. But can you imagine how that sounds? Oh, you eat up too much of food! You need to stop eating right now! You eat too much of rice and too many egg rolls! You need to eat a salad! It's terrible. I'm an awful human being. I've been going to the gym. Anybody out there go to the gym? Yeah? No, I didn't think so. I didn't expect very much. I've been going to the gym a little bit more. The gym these days is not what it was when I was in high school. It really isn't. When I was in high school, man, we worked out with weights. Now they got all these crazy like Zumba things going on. You know what I'm talking about? Whenever I would go in for a leg workout, we would do what's called a squat. You put the weight on your shoulders and you do a squat, right? We'd be standing there going, hey, how you doing, man? How much are you squatting these days, right? Now you go in there and there's some guy jumping up and down on a box. He's like jumping on a box. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm doing a leg workout. I'm like, really? In my day it was, hey, how much are you squatting these days? Now it's, how many times can you jump on this box? Like crazy. You got this other thing like the squat lunge, like this lunge thing where there's people holding these weights and they're going, there's always one way, they're always right in your way too. There's one going this way, the other one's going this way. It's like the worst game of Frogger you've ever played. It's terrible. But the big thing for me is I kind of have a nerdy streak. I have this Superman shirt that I like to wear. Yeah. And the other day I made the mistake of wearing this Superman shirt to the gym. How pretentious is that, right? I'm wearing a Superman shirt to the gym and I'm working out with 25-pound dumbbells. I mean, guys that are actually gym rats going, hey, you got it, Superman? You got that? Give me any help? You know what I'm saying? But the worst part of it is, I was actually there, I was working out, and I've got my Superman shirt, and I'm standing in front of the mirror, and I'm working out and doing my thing. And this other guy walks up to me, and he's like 6.5 foot tall, man. He is huge, he's a giant, and he has solid muscle. I mean, he looks like he just stepped off of a pro football field, right? This guy's giant. And he is also wearing a Superman shirt. So I'm working out, doing my thing. I look up at him. He's working out, doing his thing. He looks down at me. And I just stop. I go, mine stands for saturated fat. That's me! I'm saturated fat man! Saturated fat. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plain cheese pizza with extra garlic butter dipping sauce. It's saturated fat man. Strange visitor from that's shaped like a planet. I know, terrible. I'm originally from Oklahoma. I'll leave you guys with this. I'm originally from Oklahoma, but I've lived here in Florida for 10 years. I've noticed a lot of different things from my home state to Florida. For instance, do we have any Latinos in the crowd out there? Make some noise. Any Latinos at all? Got a couple? All right. Now, out of all the Latinos out there, how many of you are Mexican? Exactly. No. Oh, we got one? Oh, wow. You're going to love this next joke. That's what I miss the most about my home state is here. It's a lot of Colombians, you got Cubans, Puerto Ricans. We got any Puerto Ricans here? Puerto Ricans, yeah. I'm surprised I didn't hear you people come in. Loud people. No, but in my home state it was Mexicans, right? Mexicans. I grew up in a Mexican neighborhood. I had a Mexican girlfriend growing up. I love Tex-Mex. I love Tex-Mex. In fact, I have eaten so much Tex-Mex in my time, I swear to God, if you were to wipe my ass with a tortilla, you'd probably get a burrito supreme. Now, I know that's gross, but I promise you, at Taco Bell, that's how they make them. My name is Mike Lee. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. Thank you guys once again. Have a great night, okay?